Hello and welcome to Mecaniquesportive. I'm Nicola, and today I found a used car for you. We are at Paris Est Motors. As you might guess, it's east of Paris, in Collégien. More precisely, it's a used car dealership that sells all types of cars. And today they're lending me this toy. You can check it out on their website, on Le Bon Coin, La Centrale, and so on. You'll see, there are all kinds of cars, as you can see right here, from very sporty ones to some pretty nice cars. Like in Renault Sport Trophy, for example, which is becoming more and more rare. And I checked, the prices are going up. Same thing, we'll talk about the price during this video. The goal is to give you a complete review, and I know you like it when I do used cars for you. Some have minor advantages, some lose value, and some, like this one, hardly lose any. It's almost worth the price of a new one. Still a 488. I'll take you for a ride and explain all the features and how it works. How does it feel to drive a car that's a few years old? All right, so here I am outside because for me, a car is meant to be on the road. It's great to sell in a showroom, but it has to be driven. And all that. And tires are made to be on asphalt. So I brought it out like this to give you a complete, detailed test drive. Ferrari refused to lend me cars when I asked a few years ago and treated me poorly. I'm going to do it like this. Don't hesitate to tell me if you like it. Ferrari is beautiful and dreamy. It inspires you. When I was young, I went to the auto show with my cousin. I remember one time we got into Ferrari thanks to someone. In my opinion, he was important because the director of Ferrari World came to open the door for him, and then he let us in. As a little anecdote, my cousin and I once got stuck in a newly presented 430 Scuderia at the Paris Motor Show. It was funny. The spotlights made us really hot. It's always inspired me. The sound, colors, lines, and symbol of Ferrari are so appealing. I had to try one. We featured a 1-minute segment on a 512 Berlinetta Boxer, and I tested a 458 Special on the track. Thanks to my friends at Extreme Cars Event, who have beautiful cars. Try them on the track. I think they even have a 488, just in case. I told myself to go for it. I want to spend more time with the car and try it in detail. That's what matters. And my goal is to give you a sense of what we experience with this car. Basically, it's a Ferrari. It's all the things that come with it. A Ferrari keeps its value since it's now for sale at Paris Est Motors for 209,000 euros. Back then, it was 210,000 euros new, without options. With the Ferrari, you get options like a unique color and special seats. For example, these carbon seats likely cost 5,000 or 6,000 euros. You can have a two-tone. You can have carbon packs. You can have carbon interiors. You can have stitching in this or that color. You can still customize quite a lot of things, so the bill could go up quickly, but it's still selling for 209,000, meaning it's lost little value over the years. And actually, all these cars are going back up in value, because nowadays there's a lot of hybridization and so on. Even though this one, when it came out, it was the new thing. It was more powerful than a 458, but there was a little thing that bothered the purists a bit. It was the turbo engine. Well, yeah, because Ferrari, since the F40, they hadn't made a rear-engine V8 turbo. People said it's not the same now, it's not naturally aspirated, but you have to evolve. And when you want performance, well, you have to go with a turbo. McLaren, for example, ultra-high-performance cars, well, they're V8s. 4-liter twin-turbo, like here, I think it's exactly a 3.9-liter twin-turbo, which produces 670 horsepower. The turbo also adds significant torque. Since we have turbos, well, we have 700 newton-meters of torque, starting from 3,000 revolutions per minute, 700 newton-meters. It's just gigantic. Often, to have that much, well, you need a V12 6-liter, pretty much. Yeah, basically the equivalent of an Aventador or an Aston Martin. Vanquish, what are we going to do right after? Next comes after this. For now, I keep this one half the day and the other the rest, since Paris Motors is really nice. So I thought, come on, let's try this one. They offered me, from their range and their fleet, to test the cars I wanted. And I thought, Ferrari, I absolutely want to do it. There was also an Aventador that I really liked. Maybe we'll do that kind of car a little later. If you comment that you like these videos. And don't hesitate to go follow their Instagram page, which I'm putting for you right here in the description and here. So during this test, the goal is also to see what this turbo engine is worth, acceleration, etc. We go from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, which is impressive for a rear-wheel drive car. Ferraris used to be rear-wheel drive only, but now there's the Puro Sangue SUV and more options. 0 to 200 in 8.3 seconds is impressive. It really packs a punch. We have launch button, launch control, and a top speed of 330 km/h. It's Italian, so it must be fast. In Italy, you can't drive fast, even though the police are nicer. This car is really meant for Germany's Autobahn or racetracks. Because, yes, it's a Gran Turismo, so it's called Gran Turismo B Gran Turismo. Berlinetta. The B is for Berlinetta. Actually, it's for the track. You can do anything with it. You'll see that it's actually pretty easy to drive. It's pleasant, and you can take your time with it. Driving sportily, the car weighs about 1,480 kilos and is 4.57 meters long. So yes, it's still long, it's very flat. It's about 1 meter 20 high and 1.95 meters wide. Without the mirrors, it's a little over 2 meters 10 with the mirrors. So, like that, if you have a garage, you'll know if it fits or not. Significant aerodynamic work was done on this car, including multiple specific splitters. Same here, air vents. You can clearly see the air intakes on the sides. We'll discuss it again in private. Much work has already been done. We have a trunk in the front since the engine is in the rear. We have a front trunk with 230 liters of storage and 78 liters of fuel. You won't need to refuel often, and you can monitor fuel consumption. Driving in automatic mode is also quite interesting. This is a car that's 10 years old. It came out in 2014, and now it's 2025, so it's almost 11 years. And for me, it hasn't really aged much. Sure, the interior is Ferrari, a bit like what they did with the modern ones. I don't feel like this car is 10 years old. Maybe I'm just getting old, but it still feels very modern. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. Does it look old to you? I think it still has great lines. In the meantime, there was the F8 and there was the SF90. I think this one stands a little above the rest, but keeps the same philosophy. Though the new ones with 296 SF90 are hybrid and turbo, this was the first to have turbos. On this car, we still have an aluminum chassis. We have adaptive suspension, which will make the difference. In the end, it will remain comfortable. We have high ground clearance, and some versions may have the lift. But honestly, it goes over speed bumps without too much trouble, and it can even get over small curbs without too many problems. That's still an advantage. There's a lot of electronics in this car. We have the little Magnetino, which I'll show you again inside. I'll show you some options and menus available in this car. When I say it's not very high, it barely reaches my hip bone. And that's what's exciting about a sports car. It's low, and you notice it right away. The yellow stands out, showing various shades in the sunlight and the introduced lights. On the 458, we use some style from the FF, F12, and 458. I think they're great, with the headlight below and these LED turn signals. At the front, you can see we have a very, very sloping nose. There's a splitter here, like I mentioned, in 2 parts, so you can put your hand through the splitter. We have the big radiators here to cool everything the car needs. Sometimes we have power steering radiators and so on. For the engine, oil, and more, you need air rushing in to cool all the parts. So radiators on each side, we have inlets that come in here and then exit out here. So this helps to press down the entire nose of the car. Same with the wings here on the side, you could get those in carbon, etc. These were options that you could even buy later if you wanted. License plate holder here in the middle like this. And the trunk? So here I have the key. So the key looks like this, a small Ferrari key. It's very, very nice. And the trunk here, so either I can just turn on the lights. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe it's not nighttime or it's open. I can open the trunk. No, the turn signals are below. I thought they were up top. Actually, no, those are the LEDs here. Well, it's not working. I don't know why. Maybe because the doors are already open and everything. You open a little latch and it takes you to the trunk. So the trunk here is quite interesting because it gives you 230 liters of storage. Because right now, you can't see it, but there's a bag here. For example, there's the triangle and everything that's taped to the bottom, so it leaves quite a bit of space. And look, if I go inside, I can fit everything, but it's still pretty spacious. I could even fit in here. Here I am. If I were strong, twisting even more, Nico could fit inside. The little Ferrari pouch. There's a small notebook, all that. That's super important. If you own a Ferrari, it's best to service it at Ferrari. Wait, I'll take you like this? It's much nicer to discover it this way. We have the little kits on the side right here and right here. Same thing, this is the tire repair kit. And what's important at Ferrari is this plate. This is all the customization we're going to have on this car. And here you can see all the options that were chosen. I'll let you take a screenshot or pause and you'll see all the options. You can see, for example, the yellow brakes. Carbon, 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 carbon. In short, quite a few carbon options were removed from this car to go back to painted black like this. But when you buy it, well, the carbon parts will be provided with this car. So what do you think about it? The interior, everything is painted. The little hood here is very light. It's crazy how light it is. It's all aluminum. And we also have the name of the color here with the little sticker from Ferrari, just to show that it's the original thing. You can see that on the front, otherwise there's nothing. And not even the windshield washer fluid. That's brake fluid? I don't even see the windshield washer fluid. It must be in the back. You can see there's still enough to vacation without much trouble. There we go. To close it, you press right there, just above the little one. Oh, that's beautiful on the side of this little gem. I measured 4 meters 57. It's a long car with a wide wheelbase. That's for more downforce and also more high-speed stability, because the longer a car is, the more stable it's going to be. Same thing, the more it's set down. It's like a skateboard, you know, it's pretty narrow. Longboard. And, well, it rides much better. It's the same with cars. We have carbon ceramic brakes, which Ferrari decided to make standard at the time. So that's good, and it's not good because it costs more to maintain. Some people sometimes wanted brakes. Steel is still preferred by track racers because it's cheaper, even though carbon ceramic is more durable and heat resistant. It's different and still brakes well, but that was a trick to achieve the same result. Ferrari offered a 7-year car warranty, aiming to have you return to them for all maintenance during that period. If you skipped maintenance, the warranty was void. It's nearly 10 years old now, so it's out of warranty, but you can get extensions. When you buy from a professional, you get a 1-year warranty. That's why it's better to buy this car from a professional than a private seller. Directly hand-to-hand, because there you have the engine, gearbox, and axle under warranty. Who's doing the paperwork? Hiring a professional can be pricier, but not always, since prices are often well negotiated. Here, it's still interesting. So 6 piston calipers here, and at the back we have big calipers. They're 4 piston. They're wider because they include the handbrake, SP, and other components. What I like about Ferrari is they're very wide and beautiful. Our car has Michelin tires, which were also an option back then, like the Super Sports. For good road grip, you had to use specific tire sizes, etc. to comply with Ferrari's warranties. Today they make excellent tires. Michelin remains the benchmark in my opinion. We had standard 20-inch wheels front and rear, with these rims unique to this model. A small option that's going to be expensive but makes a difference is the badge. Ferrari on the front fender, that was, I think it was worth several hundred, maybe thousands of euros. We still have the little Fiat turn signal here, and we don't have it on this side, but on the other side, there's the little lock to put the Fiat pan key in. It's still the same, still the little Ferrari joke. On this side, you get a small, simple gas cap. You could even have it in carbon, which looks nicer, matching the body color, I think. Here you can put 78 liters of gas. You can easily drive at least 500 kilometers calmly with this car. It's nice, fuel efficient, and the revs stay low. We have a 7-speed gearbox, and the engine is in a mid-rear position, right there between you and the rear wheels. Aerodynamics have been improved, with sleek Ferrari mirrors and redesigned doors visible on the side. And this little handle was designed to guide the airflow directly to the air intake, right here. Because yes, you need to feed air to the intake and the turbos, since it goes in here, and then it's twin turbo at the back. Remember, 670 horsepower, so there are inlets here that go inside and come back toward the intake of this car. We have flared fenders and 305 tires in the back. It looks gorgeous. It should grip the road well, but we'll see. A quick look at the 3/4 rear, since that's my favorite angle for most cars. I don't mind here, though the front 3/4 looks pretty sexy too. You can see the round taillights and especially the well-rounded fenders. And especially here, the whole air tunnel that passes through here to come back to the rear. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. I really like a Ferrari and could walk around it. Even if it's all about simplicity, it's all about curves, it's not a Lamborghini. A Lamborghini, that's a lot of curves. I like it. Since women usually decide in relationships, I'm sure they'd really like this, my darling. Full back, since we have this little thing, it's good. It extends it. Ferrari used to include this glass part as standard, unlike Lamborghini with the Gallardos at the time. The glass option cost 5 or 6,000 euros. I think this way is much nicer and connects with people more. It's the Ferrari. There are air vents here, so it's ventilated so that the hot air can escape. Be careful when opening the window after driving hard in hot, sunny weather. The window can be extremely hot, but at least we have this view of the engine. It's always red, it's right in the middle. It's nice, it's sexy. That's Ferrari for you. So Ferrari, they didn't like putting on a spoiler, etc., but actually they do have aerodynamics. It's just invisible. Look here, actually, this goes through here and I can join my hands from the inside. Actually, it's used to press the car down. And same here, this kind of little ducktail here, which interacts with the light section, which also presses down. Specifically, the rear of this car at very high speed. We're not going to hide it in the city. It's not much, but it's discreet, and it keeps very smooth lines on this car. So, Ferrari engine, which is noted here, plus the little prancing horse here, so with the air outlet that comes here, you start from the plate. A rear view camera was available, but not selected on this one. Most importantly, the battery maintainer here clips in and magnetizes on this side to keep the battery charged. That's crucial on a Ferrari. Ferrari may not appreciate me saying this, but Ferraris, we're talking about McLaren, etc. They're not always very reliable. If you leave your Ferrari for too long, not charged or anything, you'll quickly have issues, so I'm sorry. Ferrari. I know Ferrari hates it when people say bad things about their cars, but anyway, they don't lend out cars. Also, this isn't Ferraris, so let's be honest. It's very important to keep the battery charged because otherwise the batteries drain very quickly. Then, often when you're driving, the warning lights come on and off. That's how it is. It's Ferrari. It's a little bit like certain other brands. That's part of this car's charm. What do you think? For now, as long as there are no major issues. For example, I know that the 296, they're the hybrid problems, etc. Owners say it's better to have an older one like this, with fewer electronics and hybrid systems, than the new ones, which have many problems. And honestly, that's why these older ones keep their value, and the brand new ones drop quite a bit. Anyway, we'll see how it goes on the road, but I think it's pretty cool. You saw the inside of this hood? It's beautiful, yeah, and a little lower down, so the lights here, round like this, same thing with air vents. There, 2 exhaust pipes stick out a bit, like the special edition that once had 3 on the 458, then switched to 2 for a more racing look. On the bottom, the diffuser could be carbon, but here it's plastic and not black. That's how it originally came. And let's go, because Ferrari is also about Formula One, and we still have the parking sensors, that's the minimum. I discovered there's automatic parking, amazing, especially on a Ferrari. It's gorgeous, with a V8 biturbo 3.9L engine, 670 horsepower, 760 Ns of torque, and side intakes. And then it says Ferrari. Let's go for a little walk around the car because it's always sexy to do, and especially with a Ferrari like this. It's rare that we feature this kind of car on the channel, especially this brand because we do a lot of McLaren, etc. What do you think as we walk around like this? I think it's incredible. And then it's always there, like I was saying, or the little bee, hey there. All right, let's go. The interior, so this handle, the Ferrari key looks like this to open here, and the little keyhole I was telling you about is right here, like in any Fiat interior. But here, we're moving on to something else. We're not in a Fiat anymore. Very beautiful leather, more padded. The speakers are here, and above all, this carbon part. That was an option. Of course, with Ferrari, everything is optional. The leather here, the yellow stitching. Oh yes, it has to match the car. That's an option as well. We have some little adjustments here, so with the leather here, which allows for a bit of flexibility, but not so much that it pulls too hard. This lets you store accessories, your wallet, and more. Carbon door sills are also a minor option. You can find this beautiful Ferrari here, and at the back as well. To open the engine hood, you pull here, and it releases the engine hood. And these seats, we have to talk about the seats because these seats are sublime. So first of all, when the seat is dressed like this, I think it's amazing, but especially because you pull here. We have sport seats, plus all this carbon back and carbon seats. I've always found this especially incredible. Look at how thin it is. It's the same. It contributes to the lightness, and especially look at the space we have in the back. We have enough space to put small bags, not necessarily large carry-on suitcases, but we can fit bags. About 15 centimeters here. Driver and passenger seats, which makes it easier to go away for the weekend. The same small yellow Ferrari badge. A little option here, the seats. Well, they're really nice. They're both sporty seats and at the same time, Gran Turismo comfort and with very good support. And even the shell is, of course, all carbon. The adjustment is manual on these seats, but it's not a big deal because we're in a Ferrari. When I get in here, I have the mirror adjustment on this side, the front trunk release here, and the fuel cap right there. Can I move back a bit more or not? Yes, I'm 1.8 meters tall and could be 2 meters without any problem getting into this car. See, my arm is fully extended and the steering wheel is as close as possible. Even if you're 2 meters tall, you can fit in a Ferrari. That's the advantage because that's not the case in all sports cars, some of them. It's very, very complicated, whereas here, honestly, we're pretty comfortable inside. I'll leave the door open since it's hot today. The steering wheel looks like this, and above all, there's a little thing. Now, that's the kind of small detail I really like. Also, I like to keep the key in my pocket. But here, for the key, you have this little part here in Alcantara velvet, which is made for you to put your key on. Like a trophy, in the center console are the pedals, a sporty aluminum set. With that, and especially on the side. That's so your foot doesn't rub against the carpet and it's easier. And at the same time, it prevents any resistance. That's pretty well done. The steering wheel is adjustable in height and depth. Actually, the opposite of what I just did with my hands on the left side. We'll see what will be used for navigating the menus. This controls the lights, including automatic mode. Here are the parking brake and auto park controls. Leather covers the entire interior, here and also over there. You can get this in carbon fiber, customize it further, and there's some carbon here too. You can customize everything in this car, and this one has a very beautiful finish, especially the interior. I think it looks classy with the yellow stitching and carbon fiber mix. Look, we have the carbon steering wheel. We have the carbon steering wheel LEDs on top. We have the carbon center console, so it's very well equipped. This one plus the Alcantara here, the 12-volt socket for the cigarette lighter or your phone as well. A little port here for the smartphone too. Since it's still a car from 2014 to 2015 when it came out, so no USB, it was still that era. The horn there, that's pretty funny. That's funny. Ferrari logo here, yellow gauge. I'll start it up for you once we've finished the presentation to show you. Leather, leather, more leather. Here, everything is stretched. Everything is padded. Of course, we have the airbags, the 488 that's marked there. You could have a passenger screen, but here it's just glossy black. The finish. The climate control unit is simple. Adjust speed, airflow direction, and temperature. We still have a Bison, which is nice. Next, the carpet over there, the battery's located here. If you want to change the car battery, it's hidden there. You have a small screw in the back. Just need to unscrew it. We still have a glove box. Here's what the glove box looks like with a small, fairly spacious divider. You can't put a large water bottle in unless you remove this, but you can't remove it. Unfortunately, I would have liked to be able to put a large bottle here, but if not, at worst, I'll just put the bottles in the back. As I showed earlier, with the nets, the seats look like this. There's space and no central armrest in a Ferrari, which is built for speed, but we're still comfortable. Because honestly, I can even use this as an armrest here. It's so big, I can rest my arm or hold my girl here. Hey there, honey. How are you? We're in a Ferrari. It's great, especially this. Look, admire this V8 engine behind us. So there's a small window here. You can't go through it directly. It doesn't open since this isn't a Spider version. The Spider versions do. There's a small window that lowers, but the engine is outside the car. It's part of the interior, so we'll hear it later. You can see the struts here, etc., etc. Anyway, it's Ferrari, Alcantara headliner. We've got the mirror for the lady. Yeah, Ferrari. Thinking about the lady, but the gentleman here, or it could be the lady here, because right now I'm the one driving. Of course, it's not just for men. A woman can drive it too. It's very easy to drive, you'll see. The rearview mirror is electrochromic, and above, the little LEDs that work well, they're not LEDs, right? There's still bulbs, the unlock button there, and the thing for the alarm. Anyway, Ferrari as well, to rest your hand. Window controls, hazard lights, launch control, gearbox, auto mode switch, and reverse are here. And we have a small storage space there as well, there to put your phones, etc., wallet, all that. Whatever you want to put in that spot. To start the car, it's very simple. The key is there or in your pocket. Foot on the brake. You press and there you go. You may have heard at the beginning, the exhaust valves open every time you start, no matter the mode. whether I'm in sport mode or not. At startup, the valves will open. Reach at least 3,500 or 4,000 revolutions per minute to fully unleash this engine's power. And when it's started, here's what it looks like. So the steering wheel here, the horn, like I told you on both sides up there, the LED bar. When the engine is warm, it's cooling now, the turn signals, high beams, and PIM windshield wipers work. The suspension that I can customize in several modes. So there's one called Bosselet wheel. And the normal one, we have the softer suspension, or we really leave it in sport mode. I'm going to open both windows so we have the window controls. The nice thing is it opens right at the edge. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, it's very soft at the bottom. As soon as it goes up a little, it's going to start screaming, so on that side. Now, if it would just focus for me, come on, please, I'm trying. So by touching the buttons on the side, I can see this. Car info, electronic stability program info, and settings like F1 track, EDIF, F1 DC, electronic stability program, ABS, etc. And when I change modes on the little magnetino here, so for example, right now I'm in sport mode. Look, what happens over there is that everything changes. So now it's really switched to a sportier setting. So, sorry, there we go, I can put it like this. So now I'm in race mode, I'm in sport mode, and now I'm in wet mode. So, minimum power, everything at the minimum, a lot of assistance, a little less in race mode like this. And then I can turn it off, and then I can turn everything off. Electronic stability control disabled to go drifting and sliding. Anyway, that's not what we're going to do today. The goal is to try it in all conditions. But since it's a car that's for sale that you might have bought. If you're a buyer and you're watching this video, we'll see how it goes. I've already driven it a little bit. I like it. Now, for me, we're going to do the sporty side. You're going to start the ride. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. On board this 488 Gran Turismo B, one of the first Ferraris for me on the channel. We did a 458 special with friends before, but now we can drive it on the road. Seatbelt. Always the most important thing, the nice little touch, the carbon seats and everything, and the little button. Here, start with the brake. In a Ferrari, starting the car automatically releases the handbrake. You're still in parking mode, like auto mode here, or you can switch and use the paddles. It's your choice. We have the steering wheel with LEDs and all, pretty cool. What I'm gonna do is turn on the air conditioning here. I always like to have the air conditioning on, so it's comfortable in my cabin. It's sunny and 20 degrees today, so we can enjoy it. So now the car's already warmed up. We're at around 1,000 revolutions per minute. Pretty nice. We shift into first gear, so now we have the hold. And we start off smoothly, electric handbrake and everything. It's pretty nice. So what's good is that modern Ferrari cars have gearboxes. So dual clutch, so they don't wear out like they used to back in the day. There, I feel it instantly. Already, I'm in a sports car, the steering is a bit heavy. Something's happening here, I'm in auto mode. Like any other car, it will shift gears under 2,000 revolutions per minute for everyday use like this. It's pretty convenient. I'll stop here. Right now, the windows are open. I can close them to check if it gets quieter. You need to do this immediately. The turn signals are on the steering wheel. So once we've already turned, we say, so where is it? The left or the right? And there we go. Let's go. Let's get started. Regarding the suspension, we have several suspension settings. We have the little button here. It's odd to look for your turn signal switch at first, but you get used to it quickly. And especially, just like on a motorcycle, you can have the turn signal that turns off automatically, or like when you have the switch. As soon as you straighten the steering wheel, it turns off. So, first impression driving like this is that it's very comfortable. We have the standard carbon ceramic brakes. The car's low, but not that low. It's built for the road. This car doesn't have the lift option. I'm at 34 kilometers. Per hour, it just went up to 36 kilometers per hour. I'm in 6th gear. It's surprising how easy modern cars are to drive. And look, listen, I'm at 40 in 6th gear. It's not making a sound, Big Dodane. So we're slowing down. We're going really gently. The goal is not to scratch it. And above all, what I really love is this. I can see the engine and what's happening behind me in my center rear view mirror. And it's just beautiful. And this yellow, I mean, wow, the Ferrari steering wheel, the gauge with the yellow background here is just sublime. The steering feels good and isn't overly assisted. Switching to race mode from sport mode enhances this experience. You saw that if you don't push it, the car can also be very civilized. But when you're in race mode, it affects everything like traction control, acceleration, turbo, and so on. But as you saw, in race mode, I was able to drive calmly because the people who lent me the car had left it in race mode. And just before, it's actually nicer, it makes more noise, and so on. It frees up the car more. But I'm quite shocked by how easy it is to use and the pleasure you get, the visibility I have inside this car. You'd think low cars would be dark inside, but they're not. The windshield is large. The windows here feel almost SUV-like, but windows today keep getting smaller. I can see just as well here. Here we go, steering, as I said, very pleasant to drive, and when I pick up the pace a little, it gets more fun. I can hear the turbos and engine in the back. Now I'm in sport mode. You'll only use wet mode in specific situations. If you're really in the rain or in the snow, the sport mode will do the job very, very well. Look here, because I put down my phone, we didn't take a phone holder, which we didn't have at that time. CarPlay, the database now shows it's a completely different car. But what I really like is this aspect, and as soon as I give it a little gas, I get that little turbo whistle that I really enjoy. It's really cool here. I'm at 70. I was expecting because this would be cool like this, actually. It's really nice. The position is great, the seats hold you really well, but you shouldn't be too big, otherwise don't take these carbon bucket seats. I'm 6 feet tall and still have lots of headroom, enough to wear a helmet on the track. And clearly, we have a small tunnel. We could have had a little fun. Super pleasant. And even if I speed up a little because it's 90 here, as soon as I press the gas pedal a little more, you can hear the engine, the turbos, and everything. If I drive gently, I'm only pressing about 5% of the pedal, making daily driving easy. And I think that even like this, in terms of fuel consumption, it really shouldn't be unreasonable because we're driving at very low RPMs and just relying on the torque. It's great. Now we're going to do a little stretch of highway to test it out on the highway and see how it goes. Because I'm still curious. I'm testing the pedal in all conditions, and it responds well when braking, which is great. Yet the carbon ceramics aren't warm, and usually you have to heat up carbon ceramics. I didn't expect them to bite so well right from the start. It looks interesting. I think dynamic, sporty driving will make it even more fun, even now. At just 2,000 RPM, you feel the torque. I can also shift with the paddles. What a treat. Plus, they're big, they're fixed. I have to admit, when using them, they have something cool about them and make you want to click. Switching back to race mode, it should be louder. Turn signals are on the steering wheel. I'm in manual. Ha ha ha. It can make you go crazy really fast. This car is going to be great, I can tell. We'll have a lot of fun. Let's open the windows a bit. They're here in the center. There we go. Oh yeah. In race mode, with the windows open, there's immediately something extra going on. Paddle shifters give you control, but pressing auto mode quickly returns to automatic. For example, I was in second gear, and it switched to fifth. To switch to manual, just use the paddles to drop gears. What more could you want? What more could people want? Now, just like that, left turn signal. You actually get used to it pretty quickly. The turn signal on the steering wheel, just don't forget. We're going to merge onto the highway, just like that. Let's be careful. With this yellow, we're highly visible, and it's very easy to drive. It actually makes me want to take a road trip with a Ferrari because it's so simple. Careful merging, don't go too fast. Hop, then I switch to auto and shift into 7th gear. At 110 kilometers per hour, I'm at not even 2,500 revolutions per minute. It takes me across France for real. There's a little bit of road noise, which is normal. It's a sports car, and I think it does its job as a Gran Turismo very well. 110, that's great. We've got the cruise control here on the side, so I can set my cruise control here to 110. Okay, there we go. We're going to overtake. I know there are roadworks and a big speed camera here. I'll move right and we can overtake later, since there's a big speed camera. Roadworks at 50 right after here. On the A4, be careful. Even at higher speeds, the engine stays quiet in the cabin, making it a great Gran Turismo and enjoyable to drive. And as I said, on top of that, we have space. We still have a trunk in the front and a little bit of space in the back. That actually makes it a really great car. And now you're ready because we're about to move. Here we go. Let's accelerate again. The torque, there wasn't even any need to downshift. The gears accelerated so easily. I feel like it's easy. Go back to the end of gear 130. I'm telling you, it's going way too fast. We're going to go right. We're going to slow down. We're going to do a few little accelerations. I'm going too fast, but it's fast, way too fast. That's super dangerous. Okay, as soon as we go up, a little bit in the revs, something starts to happen. There are little jolts in the gearbox. Something extra is going on. Stay still. We're slowing to 60 kilometers per hour, which is the highway's minimum speed limit. All right, okay. It accelerates. It's very smooth. You can feel that it's extremely torquey. I love seeing the little LEDs here light up. In race mode, shifting gears feels different. Something extra happens. It's nice. And that sound, hey, really, do you want to open the window a little bit? But not too much, okay? Big paddles like that make you want to play with them constantly. I admit the braking is sharp from the beginning. A little cool thing though, the guys who say, yeah, no, but the turbo, it's not like before. There's still something. Clearly, there's still something. What's great is that you can drive it both like this, really, very calm, very chill. And at the same time, really like a donkey to drive like this. It's great. You almost feel like it's hop, then full speed by the door, and you're chilling. You're in a Ferrari. What more could you want? I'm in 7th gear, just relaxing. You have everything you need. Air conditioning, assists, and more. You can turn it all off if you want. The point here is we're doing a road test like this, so we're not going to turn everything off. Because there are trees on the sides, even if we're doing a short stretch on a closed road, we still have to be careful. It's really stylish, especially since you're Ferrari. What's the company? When you're in a Ferrari, it's really something else. Some people are in Porsche, some in Ferrari, and others in Lamborghini, all wild brands. You see, it's different. It's really different. And for me, my real pleasure in life is downshifting like this. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ho, I admit to you, it's intense. Something's happening. Let me see what it's like in a turn. I just shifted down here. It handles really well. You're held in place perfectly in your seat. The car seems to have good balance, so when you let off, you can feel the rear. Letting off the gas, you instantly feel the rear and the torque. It makes you pivot, you see? Like hop, it brings you toward the inside. Naturally, that's also thanks to the E-diff. And then, you're there, blink right turn signal. There's so much torque. Oh. Approaching 8,000 RPM, something happens. There's a ton of torque. It's all there. You can feel that the electronic stability program is doing its job to keep you on the road, even in electronic stability program race mode. Well, you see, you're in a mode that's a bit lighter in terms of sliding, where it's going to let you drift slightly. Fortunately, it's there, or it would be trickier. Now, you get into the city, you stop, and there's auto hold. There's an auto hold. I really like Ferrari. Thank you, Ferrari, for making it so that when you're stopped, the car doesn't move forward. You know, with the dual clutch, cars often move forward as soon as you release the brake pedal. But here, no? And I think normally you can shift back to neutral by touching both paddles. That's also good for older gearboxes that required shifting to neutral, reducing strain on them. Here, you don't have to, and you can put it back in first, so foot on the brake to put it in first. However, it won't go back into first. But what's nice is that it doesn't move forward, and I have to admit, that's actually pretty pleasant. And in the city, you see, you can switch back to simple sport mode even though race mode does the job, but this way, you're more discreet. It's a little quieter at the exhaust and everything. I'll show you a quick maneuver. The reverse button is here, reverse. I still have parking sensors while some have the camera here, and then you switch back with the paddle, forward gear for first. Thank you. He says it's a beautiful car. Ferrari, you know, with the Porsche, you go by unnoticed. But with this, you make people happy. You see, there's something about it. It's a Ferrari. Something happens. A yellow Ferrari. For me, it's yellow. A Ferrari, that's it. I don't want black. Don't even talk to me about that. No question. I love it and won't give it back. Paris S Motors, thank you for this gift. That's very kind. I'll bring it back to you, but if it's over, I'd rather keep it at my house, in the garage and everything. Oh, wow, I would wake up at night just to go see it. So, race mode on with the paddle shifter. Woohoo! Okay, the rear's very playful in race mode. You can feel that the car with its differential still lets you have some fun. Okay, it's really powerful. It accelerates quickly, has plenty of torque, and when you see the LEDs, that light makes you feel like a Formula One driver. It's a wild car. There, when you have a straight line like this, you drop down a gear and oh. It gives a little jolt when you shift gears at certain points. And you really stood your ground since there's actually no one under the road. Oh, 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 oh. I won't lie, it's a real thrill. Braking, it's these small notes. Here, it's not the best ground. The warning lights come on. Oh, you still get little jolts when you shift gears, but the steering is easy. It's not a difficult car to drive, but it doesn't read the road very well. What's good is that it's precise. You really put it exactly where you want. And honestly, even now it's pleasant. And even in corners, you feel it grips, but just the right amount. And it's really stable. I love it. The gearbox shifts quickly. Gears click and shift smoothly. It's rare to see that when you're not really in attack mode. It's a little bit slower. On the other hand, once you're in the higher rev range, the more you step on it. The more you press the pedal down, the faster it shifts gears. Oh, torque. And honestly, it really makes you want to have fun on the track. Because it's insane. Which I really like, it's the brake pedal. You get a good feel on it. You know, it's nice, you know it's gonna brake and it's firm enough to do. So you can really enjoy yourself. Push, and it's intense. Come on, it's a continuous linear push. Really, it's non-stop. The push never stops, and it pushes, and it pushes, and it keeps pushing. There are still 250 meters left it's holding. Oh, wow. What a treat. A little push there. The 2.3 really feels good. Oh, wow. Same here. The 4.5, the 3.4, everything. You make it enjoyable. Really feels like it's very... It's intense but very pleasant, and you get used to it quickly. And actually, she has a really healthy attitude. She invites you to play, and I have to admit, she seems easygoing. You don't have to be a racer to enjoy yourself. You can say, I'm still riding at a good pace. The front end is ultra precise. It doesn't stick to the road too much, so the suspension actually does a really good job, and the chassis is well tuned. Make it so that it's a good Gran Turismo, so you can have fun, drive fast, but at the same time, it's not too tricky, like a real race car. I love it. It's very cool. You shouldn't take it for a Pista or a vintage special, you see. You have to take it as a Gran Turismo B. And this side here and there, a series of corners. You drop in and lean, and oh wow. When your tires are a bit warm, you feel they're doing their job so well. Oh wow. It makes you wanna play on a closed road like this. It's just pure pleasure. I told you I wouldn't give it back, and I won't stop. With an automatic gearbox, it'll handle things itself, even in automatic or sport and race modes, making it fun. If you press the brakes firmly, it will downshift for you to always keep you in the right torquey range. You see right there, boom, with the electronic stability program and everything, which ensures you'll have fun and enjoy yourself. And that's all. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to announce, that I really like this car. I've been in full sport mode for a while now, and what I can do is finally switch to full race mode. I can switch to bumpy road or sport mode now. And now I have a completely different car that, once again, turns out to be the right and more pleasant choice. It smooths out small road imperfections, and you can feel the difference. I love it, really enjoying bumpy road mode. I love it. I'm in 7th gear at 2,000 revolutions per minute low in the revs. Even in the city, when I'm driving, it always tries to stay around 1,000 revolutions per minute. It's pretty crazy, really. I don't have much else to say except that it's cool. I'm glad I got to try out a recent Ferrari. You sense something and hear the turbos, that special feeling. And honestly, when you're having fun, open the windows slightly and return to racing with them open. You enjoy it more. Honestly, the sound is enough. It's still a very sporty car. A little exhaust is always more fun, but what's pretty crazy is that you quickly become one with the machine. Look at me, I know a bit about driving and all that. Gives a sense of comfort I like. You can feel its support, especially in the rear, which makes you feel secure. When you buy one, it means you're a rich guy. Ferrari doesn't want to harm you. They want you to buy more cars. If you can afford them, you'll keep buying and enjoying them. They make it easy. I wish Ferrari would call me and say, "No, but Nico, come on, come over. We invite you, try out some cars because honestly, it's cool." It's a shame I can't let you taste these Ferraris. Because it's really great. I can't imagine the new SF90S with 1,000 horsepower. It must be insane. It's too easy to get close to you. I'm going to switch back to automatic mode. Let's have a little debrief. Like any good Gran Turismo, you can cruise at 80 with the cruise control on. Under 2,000 revolutions per minute. We can take some small country roads. Go see your kids or your friends. Tell yourself it's good. I had my little session. That's enough. I'm going to get some bread. I'm hungry. It's almost 3 o'clock and I still haven't eaten. It's still a sport to get a little excited with a car. Be careful. We always stay alert on the road. Thanks to Paris Est Motors for lending us this Ferrari 488, because it's been a long time since I wanted to try a recent car, and this one, I've heard a lot about it. So, does it make noise? Compared to a V8 naturally aspirated with an exhaust, etc. Is it a bit quieter? Yes, but the cabin's pleasure remains thanks to constant torque. More than a naturally aspirated engine. With one, you really have to rev it up. From 3,000 RPM, it pulls linearly and continuously. There's the turbo, there's always torque, so it keeps going and Dad keeps pushing. It's different from a naturally aspirated engine, a naturally aspirated one. You'll play higher in the revs, almost 1,000 more RPM than this one. It's another kind of pleasure, it's different, but it's not the same. So, there are people who will like the 458. There are people who will like the 488. Me, I like this one because of the turbo side. There's that little extra side. It's different. Honestly, I'd make a card above it since cars keep getting more powerful. Still, it's a beautiful toy. What I liked is that it's comfortable. You press the little bumpy road button, even the bumpy wheels become comfortable. It's pleasant. It doesn't make too much noise when you drive it in standard mode. The driving assistance systems are well managed. The electronic stability program is still there, still makes you feel good, and lets you play. Same thing. When braking during a drift, you can feel the rear engine as the car moves around more. Big tires in the back make you want to push the limits and play. If you ever buy this, you must take it to the track at least once. You don't have to push it to the limit and floor it all the time, but you want to say, "Oh, can it do that?" And you can tell it's a car that's made to go on the track a bit because it's built to go really, really fast. A top speed of 330 on the road isn't practical. Or you might drive in Germany and push it, whether you're at 100, 200, or 250. The car keeps pushing, which is what's great, and the higher you rev it, the more exciting it becomes. And having that engine roar, that's what we love. That's what's great about this car, it's its versatility. You can take a weekend trip or go on vacation. It's spacious and airy inside, with plenty of room in the back, making you feel good. Honestly, I'd really like to try the Spider version too, because that must be cool too. The Pista is more radical, with carbon wheels, a lighter car, a sportier feel, and stiffer suspension to go for a more extreme experience, but the advantage is that you have a choice. The advantage is it's cheaper. The other is much more expensive, so you'll need to work more. But you have options. This, the convertible versions, this roof style, which I think looks good. Even though convertibles have a hard top, the rear isn't the same. It's not easy with Ferrari or these brands. They offer you quite a lot and you have a lot of choices. So in the end, you have to choose, and that's the hard part. I enjoyed this toy. If you did too, please give a thumbs up and comment. Check out the website in the description and let me know your thoughts on this car and what you'd like me to try next on the channel. All right, see you soon, bye. See you soon, bye.